What's going on, YouTube? Gorby here for Channel Earth Power because Carl is indisposed and he trusts us for some reason.
Yep, CVH here, and we are bringing you guys
an unsupervised deck tech.
Will we make it through this in one piece?
No one knows.
Well, I'll let you introduce the deck, Gorby, since this is sort of your pet project that you've been building.
Yeah, this is a light water initiate tempo that you've seen featured now in 2 games. One against Carl playing the Rub control, where Rub barely eked out a win in Game 3. And again against CVH's Junk Lockdown, where it took it 2-1. And I think we might have a game with Rush coming up as well. I'm not sure. We'll see what Carl wants to do. But yeah, let's just go ahead and dive in. First things first, you can see in your top left-hand corner, we're starting out with Emerald. Pretty standard water card. I mean, we've got the Illusionary Merfolk package, so you want to see a good amount of Cyberlord to keep that live. And we do have the 8 blasts that you can play. It's important to get those down in the aggressive matchups like Rush or other otherwise aggressive decks. So he helps a lot with that. And then Sarius, just for an early blocker. And of course it's an initiate, so it's fodder for Craze. The whole backbone of the deck, basically. Excuse me.
I also want to touch on Emerald. It's a fun little thing you can do. Like a lot of the decks, if people know you're playing this deck and they know the list is only Holy Awe and Surfer, so if they assume you put down a shield trigger, a lot of the time what you do against a Holy Awe deck is try to break it first when there's nothing else to tap to sort of nullify it. But if the only other one in the deck is for Surfer, it's sort of a coin flip because breaking that first usually means you lose the game. So that's a funny little thing. So you can save your Holy Awe's that way by them thinking it's Surfer.
The next card is Miel. Another initiate. It was kind of a filler spot at first. We were looking for just another initiate to sort of flesh out that lineup a little bit, and it ended up being a pretty important card in the overall curve of the deck. Being able to start out early with a Sarius in an aggressive matchup and then followed up with a Miel to just kill whatever's on their board is a pretty big deal sometimes. And the 1,000 body trades with some of the smaller stuff like Emerald, Bronze Arm Tribe, things like that. So.
Tulk.
Yeah, it eats Tulks for breakfast.
Everything trades favorably with Tulk.
So, pretty cool card. I've been liking it a lot. And of course it really helps in those situations when you're really just trying to squeeze in that last attack once you've been able to keep a creature on board for long enough. So it's just another answer to blockers that your opponent might be trying to throw in your way to stop your aggression.
A solitary blocker is very unsafe against this deck because I'm counting like 19 cards deal with a solitary blocker.
Yep. And then Hulkus, pretty standard. You're playing water, you play Hulkus. Tajamal, a card that I kind of went back and forth on a little bit, honestly. The multi-civ's not a big deal. It's just the fact that it doesn't attack. We have a lot of early game cards that don't aggress on your opponent, which can be kind of dangerous. Makes the games go on maybe a little longer than they might need to. That might be a spot that gets played with a little bit, but I liked it a lot, particularly against, in Carl's match, you'll see, Taj can pose a pretty big threat. It kills Bollies, it trades with Bazagazil, it eats the warrior, whatever his name was. So it's a pretty righteous defender. You want to keep it around sometimes, but again, that might be a spot that's a little bit flexible if you're trying to take a more aggressive approach. That is.
If there's that one guy in your playgroup who just won't stop playing Bombazar, then you probably want him.
Yeah. Magris, again, pretty standard. This deck has a lot of cycle because you want to be able to come into your removal and your crazes pretty consistently. So Magris helps a lot in that endeavor. Kirill, fantastic removal. Stalls against your opponent's floaters really well. Keeps Illusionary Merfolk live. It just answers big threats as well that might try to eat your craze or anything like that. So I like him a lot. And then of course the Merfolk. Only 2. I feel like only 2 is really necessary for the amount of Cyberlords that we're playing. If we were playing 4 Emerald, I might want to go to 3 Merfolk, but we're not playing 4 Emerald because we don't really have that enough Shield Blast to make 4 Emerald relevant. So.
Even then, I'm back, guys. Welcome back.
Hey, Carl's here.
But 10 cards cycle out of a 40 card deck. Yeah, it's quite a bit.
It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd play 30 Hulkus if I could.
There you go.
I play a lot. I don't know if it's 30, but it's definitely more than 4.
As many as you need to flesh out your 3-drop spot. Moving into the 6-drops now. The biggest component of the deck actually are the 6-drops. We have 12 of them total, which can make for some kind of clunky hands sometimes, but they're all pretty important. Holy Awe, just one of the best blasts, if not the best, well, excuse me, trigger in the game. Just being able to nullify an entire board for a turn is a really big deal. Aqua Surfer, great spot removal. It eats Rush alive, and like CVH said, you know, it can pretty much single-handedly win games if it comes out in the early game with those mind games.
We've seen before.
That Surfer helped.
And then Crazed Valkyrie, one of my favorite evolutions. I love this guy. Tap 2 things, swing in, eat your opponent's board, and then he's just huge and double breaks, and you win the game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trades favorably with everything from Bulmedius to Tulk.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it, yeah. This deck, about as straightforward as it gets. You know, just play your dudes, drop a craze.
It's got its game plan and execute its game plan well. So.
Yes, it does.
Seems like the kind of thing we should have been playing a long time ago.
Well, leave a like, guys. Comment. Let us know what you think. And, any final thoughts, Corey?
I have to urinate.
All right. On that note, we will see you guys next time.
Peach.